Hello, my name is Nasheen Hamid and we will be analysing the Aston Martin company. Aston Martin and their company background. Lionel Martin and Robert Bramford founded the business in 1913 in London. They initially built cars for pleasure in their workshop to be raced on the racing tracks, as both men had a huge passion for the racing scene. Lionel named Aston Martin after a motoring event in Buckinghamshire, England, which they had won at the Clinton Hill climb race and built it together. Lionel and Robert believed that racing helped improve their cars. The company builds luxury vehicles, initially focusing on competitive luxury brands. Luxury sports cars. They have headquarters in Gaydon, Warwickshire, England. Aston Martin is increasingly branching out into projects including speedboats, bicycles, clothing and real estate development. They currently operate in 3 countries with over 160 retail locations. Corporate strategy. Aston Martin is currently embarking on a 3-phase strategy, second century plan with 2 phases nearly completed. They will be embarking on transforming the business and completely diversifying their product range, from focusing on sports and supercars. Aston Martin in Phase 3 will shift their focus to the induction of 2 new SUV models, with DBX to be introduced in 2019. Their Phase 1 of the corporate strategy was to achieve stabilisation of the business. Phase 2 is still ongoing but is nearly complete. To strengthen the core of the business, they are ensuring the cars to appeal by the customers by meeting their needs. They have done this by releasing limited edition vehicles such as Hypercar and the introduction of an electric alternative to the Aston Martin Rapid E, giving consumers a choice and increasing its attractiveness. Phase 3 began in 2018, which will continue in 2022, which is around the expansion of their car models, which will rise to 7 models in which they currently have 4 in. In order to do this, business is heavily investing into new manufacturing facilities, increasing their capacities to build new vehicles and be ready for the expansion.
Hello everyone, my name is Qi Yuanchen. In my part, I will introduce the product analysis and the target market. The product we chose to analyze was Aston Martin Rapid E. Rapid E will be the first step towards extensive electrification of Aston Martin, becoming the world's first zero-emission electric car brand. This marks Aston Martin's preparation for environmental protection and sustainable. The advantage of the product is that this model is a pure electric vehicle, not using fuel. This will not cause harm to the environment. The product is used for advanced manufacturing techniques. The disadvantage of the product is that the product does not have enough charge and is not suitable for long-distance travel. The customers of products are mainly those who have energy-saved environmental protection requirements for electric sports cars. The customers are high-income people because the price of the product is high, and only high-income people can afford it. The customers who buy the products are mainly male and youth. Usually men have higher requirements for sports cars, but the company will also focus on female customers according to the age of the customer. The customer is basically over 50 years old, and the customer in the Chinese market will be about 10 years younger. Aston Martin's customers are located all over the world. Aston Martin places greater immersion on the global market, and the company will offer more products to markets outside Europe, especially in high-growth markets such as China and the Middle East, including existing models and models that may be released in the future. In the ultra-electric car segment, China has been the largest in the world for 7 consecutive years. Aston Martin attaches greater importance to the Chinese market.
Hi, I'm Awais, and I'm initially going to be speaking about the key drivers for change for Aston Martin and the automotive industry. So firstly, autonomous vehicles and electrical vehicles have come into play and a key driver for change at the moment, mainly due to the technological advances and consumer demands. This means that consumers want more from their products and they want a substitute from the conventional car, which is more fuel efficient. Hence why electrical vehicles are being brought in, and autonomous vehicles serve as a complete substitute, which means that drivers don't need to drive themselves. Government regulations will also play a key factor, because when manufacturers actually try to enter new territory, their regulations will mean that the car manufacturers must adapt their car in order to meet the regulations and be able to operate within the area. Globalization is also key, because when entering new markets, manufacturers must adapt to the market conditions and consumer needs within that market. Understanding this is crucial in order for success in any new territory.
I'm Hao Tang. I will go introduce international involvement Aston Martin is headquartered in Gateshead, UK, which produces 5,200 cars a year, each of which undergoes 200 hours of production and inspections. Aston Martin usually sells cars overseas by ocean transportation. Aston Martin produces about 10,000 expensive and profitable cars every year. In 2017, Aston Martin's annual sales reached a record high of £876 million. Aston Martin sales are spread across 167 locations in 52 countries, with Europe having the largest sales, followed by the US and China. And Bentley is the wholly owned subsidiary of Volkswagen Group. Bentley has operated in 52 different markets and has 203 retail stores. The company manufactured approximately 9,000 vehicles and made 1.55 billion euros in revenue in 2018. When compared to other car brands that are part of Volkswagen Group, this translated to the lowest amount of revenues generated. Jaguar was acquired by the Ford Motors Company and after that sold to the Indian Tata Motors since it's acquired by Tata. Jaguar sales have been able to maintain steady growth in the global market. Ferrari is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Fiat Group. Ferrari has annual sales of approximately 9,000 vehicles worldwide. This deceivs the market share of the Italian sport car company Ferrari on the luxury car market worldwide from 2015 to 2017, sorted by geographic area. Ferrari's market share in the European luxury car sector fell from 23% to 18%. In addition, Ferrari's market share in China's luxury car market also declined to 26% by 2017.
Hi, my name is CW1, and I'm going to talk about internal environment of Aston Martin based on some resources. First of all, Aston Martin owned by two groups in Kuwait and Italia, and Daimler EG 5% stake. In its 2017 annual report, the revenue is $1.2 billion, increased around 15%. But in the last 6 years, they lost for each year, and the Aston Martin sold by Ford to the Italico with investment in 2007, and there are two UK manufacturing plants built were based on the Wales and the Guide in England. There are two manufacturing plants for the different models. The Wales one is for the DBX, which is SUV, and the DB11 and the Raptor E is manufactured in the Guide in England. For the electric car market, Aston Martin have tied up with Lico, which is Chinese electric car company, and the intelligible resource Aston Martin, famous in the UK sports car brand, have a history with high brand value and a good customer base. And about the human resource, there are two new additional to its UK state operations. Total employment across all its setups reached to 5,000 employees by 2020. For the two new manufacturer plants will probably create to the 3,000 jobs. And there are some benefits for the staffs. They have free training. The technology staff employed at Aston Martin opens Technology Academy, which allows the technology and sales training for Aston Martin's global dealer network. And for the science, engineering, and manufacturing training, Aston Martin providing the opportunity to train the employee for the national recognized qualification. And then the final one is unique resource. They are reaching heritage allows Aston Martin to stand out among competitors due to the customer knowing that their cars would be engineered with racing in mind, and the same ideology is used to build fastest car and racing car track.
Hello everyone, I'm Hai Weiwu, and I will talk about the external environment by Porter's 5 forces. To enter automotive industry as a new luxury brand, the companies need a large investment on technology and design to achieve the high level of the already existing firms. As a luxury product have to pay more taxes and it need to spend much money and time to build a luxury car brand. This makes the threat of new entrants low. For example, Tesla, they can continue to operate due to their financial investors, but they are yet to make a profit. Aston Martin has a high level of threats of substitutes. As the advancement of technology, the luxury cars are not only providing transportation, but also have various functions and facilities, such as autonomous driving, touchscreens, and new energy vehicles, which force luxury brands to innovate at a fast pace to keep the appropriate level of superiority. With people's income are increasing now, the demand of luxury car market has increased a lot. In two ways, the threat of substitutes by Aston Martin has also increased. Since different suppliers provide different materials for each part of the car, they do not have the high level of bargaining power to control the price. In fact, there are several suppliers in every part of the car. For example, Aston Martin Rapid E has more than 30 different suppliers. The bargaining power of consumers is very high due to the market being very competitive with many luxury sports car brands for consumers. So consumers will have a high bargaining power. This means that Aston Martin will need to ensure their cars are more technological than their competitors and have a higher, far luxury experience when driving the vehicle itself. The degree of rivalry is high among the top luxury cars. For the automotive industry, Aston Martin faces many challenges from a large number of car companies. For example, BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Ferrari, Jaguar, Bentley, Lamborghini. It means nothing that it reduced the number of competitors as the market segment to which they sell is also exclusive and small.
In terms of Aston Martin, the TAOS analysis stands for threats, opportunities, weaknesses, and strength. One of the threats is increasing government regulations, which are making it difficult for organised players to operate in the auto and truck manufacturing industry. And one of the opportunities is low inflation. This leads to more market stability, and Aston Martin's customers offer lower interest rates, which increase the consumption of Aston Martin products. While one of the main weaknesses for Aston Martin is how expensive it is. The company products are purchased by high-end income people, and in the 102-year history, the automotive company sold 80,000 cars, which indicates that most people choose not to buy the company's products because it's so expensive, and they only have 4 core models. And another weakness is obviously because of the 4 core models, meaning that consumers have very little choice and variety to pick from. So therefore, the consumers may look for alternative due to the lack of choice of products they have from Aston Martin. The environmental protection is one of their biggest strengths, as the Rapid E will be the first step towards extensive electrification of Aston Martin. Using this new energy, vehicles can get rid of dependence on oil, and electric vehicles have made great contributions to reducing emissions and improving air quality. And lastly, another strength is their strong market increasing sales. Aston Martin has been over 100 years of history, and it has exported itself over the world at a high global position.
So the final decision is to go into China. This is due to the economic progress within the economy of China, and also the fact that Aston Martin is a valued brand within the region. This also makes it easy for Aston Martin to enter the region, and it's also easy for them to adapt their car to the market conditions. So the competitors in the new market. Firstly, Tesla, due to the fact that they are creating electrical sports cars, but they're yet to gain any market share within the region, meaning that Aston Martin has a competitive edge. Jaguar, Porsche, and Mercedes-Benz all posed competitive forces when Aston Martin decided to enter. Mercedes-Benz, particularly because they are already tailoring their models to Chinese consumers by creating longer wheelbase models of all their cars, whilst giving electric hybrids. This means that Aston Martin will have to compete with these when entering, although their cars are seen as a more luxury option. So what are the key adaptations? Increasing the electrical charging points within Aston Martin, by making sure there's more electrical charging points within China, and ensuring they're Aston Martin branded, offering longer wheelbase options for luxury and business users, and becoming more customizable for consumers to feel that they are getting more for their money and making it more attractive. So what's the barriers to entry? Well, when entering China, they'll have trade tariffs. They'll also have the barrier of being locally produced. But this means that Aston Martin will have to have a high investment within the region, and meaning it may be hard for them to exit. And the increasing tension between governments will also make it a lot harder. So, the global readiness indicators show that they are ready to move into a new region with foreign manufacturing. They're currently in 160 different locations with many suppliers and a worldwide network of manufacturing companies at their hands. We did see joint venture an option, but we thought relying on a third party wouldn't be feasible, and foreign manufacturing means that Aston Martin will have much more control. So, to conclude, Aston Martin has many resources to expand, they're globally ready, and they're developing their existing product will open up new markets within the country and help Aston Martin to truly achieve their corporate strategy goals and becoming a key power force within the sports car market. Thank you.